Okay, it looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Zakia Ringgold of Live Soap School by Zakia, Virtual Experience Design Agency, Business Tech Lab, and just your all around online business tech person. And so many of you may have caught the broadcast yesterday where we were going from the paperback version of the book leveraging Canva to put it into an ebook format. And so it was a lot of typing. I only got the first section done. But as I was doing that, number one, it kind of reminded me of why I wrote the book in the beginning. And I was kind of charged up to go ahead and start to um, record the audio for that. And just like yesterday, I said, well, it might be a good idea to share this. So if someone has GarageBand and you're considering creating an audiobook, this might be the way to go in order to do it. So we're going to be in a couple of platforms today. Number one, of course, is Canva, because that's where we have put the content from the very first book, which is the new Soap Makers Cookbook, Ingredients for Success. From there, we're going to go into Canva and record chapter by chapter. And then you might be saying, well, how are you going to distribute this audiobook? Well, of course, I'm going to have it on Amazon, but I have my own platform that allows me to sell my audiobooks as well. So the overall goal of this is to have all four of my self-published books available in four different formats. So of course we have the paperback format, we will have the ebook format. Today we will have the audiobook, and then we'll also convert it over to an actual hardback book. The end goal is to make sure that we have them available on all platforms, no matter where people stumble upon Live Soap Schools, Zakia Ringgold, How to Make Soap. They have their choice of how they are able to access the content. Some people are audio, so they want the audiobook. Some people want a physical copy of a book that they can pick up and hold in their hands and highlight. Some people like to be able to just download and read it on their tablets or on their phones, anything like that. So, what we want to do is make sure that number one, my sound is recording, because this would be a heck of a waste of a time if it's not. I do hear some sound. Hello to my folks over there on LinkedIn. Good to see you. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, very good to have you here. And you can watch the beginning if you are curious how this all goes. What spawned this is I am transitioning most of my content to a brand new platform that allows me to host classes, so online classes, in-person workshops. We're doing a ton of workshops for senior citizens' homes, for soap making, candle making, lotion making, and sugar scrubs. But then we also have the ability to have our community. So that will be available as well. And then digital downloads are available. And I started thinking, like, Zakia, why don't or why aren't any of your books in ebook format? So we're going to change that today. So what you're looking at on my screen is Canva. We started working on this yesterday. You can check out my YouTube channel to see what we were doing. And what we did was we took just the first part of this book and converted it to an actual ebook. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see, where are we going to put you guys' comments? Right there, so it doesn't cut anything off, right? Thank you for being here, my friend. All righty. So let's scroll on down so you can see the progress. Of course, the copyright is in there. We have the About Me section, why I wrote the book. And you all, if you were watching yesterday, you were able to see how we went about doing that. We did use a template right from within Canva to make it easy to be able to kind of make this look nice. The goal is always to write the book first, right? Have it in Google Docs, Microsoft Word, whatever word processor you have, so that you're not trying to both design your book and create the content at the same time. So We've already had the book. It was already written. And so now what we're doing is we're transitioning it over to a PDF. So we have the table of contents. And just so you all have a little bit of background on the new Soap Makers Cookbook, the Ingredients for a Success book was developed when I first started making soap. And I would say about 2 years into the process. So 2 years after I had made it, what ended up happening was I started my own online academy to teach people how to make their own handmade products. And many of them, they would come through the program, they would be confident in what it was that they had learned how to do, but they all ran up against, not all, many of them ran up against similar challenges in terms of, I know how to make this thing, but I'm scared to actually do it. I don't know how to take the next step forward. And as I would interact with them and things like that, there were certain things, or what I call ingredients, that would either be hindrances for those that were having challenges, or it would be those things that would propel them forward. So, really, the new Soap Makers Cookbook, Ingredients for Success, you could really take out the title Soap Maker and insert whatever your craft is or whatever your career path is. Because these 10 ingredients, that's what I call them, right? These 10 ingredients can be applied across the board. So the first part of the book are those 10 ingredients. Then there are some frequently asked questions about soap making that I would get constantly on all of the live streams. And then the last part is just some basic cold process recipes for people to know how to go ahead and make their products. So what we did was we did the table of contents yesterday, and then I went ahead and continued to build out the remainder of those ingredients. So knowing your why, deciding early, committing to the process, and all of that. So as I was doing this, I said, it's time to go ahead. Don't wait until you get to the end, or some people say multitasking is a myth. You should never, ever, ever try to multitask. But I am multitasking because I'm trying to see what is my process going to be, because I need to do this for all 4 books in the collection. And this isn't necessarily something you can outsource. There is AI available, but I do want it to be in my voice. I don't know if that's ego or just the thing of the things, right? But I see that we have quite a few of you that are watching on LinkedIn. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments, but I will be so happy to say hello to you when I come back there. Let me see. If I put it on here, go to profile. Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah, I'm seeing comments there, but I can't see what they say. Erica is here and Patrick are here. Hello. So I'm going to keep the phone this way so I can actually see your comments, because it's not coming up in my broadcasting software. So we have the nuts and the bolts of it. So now let's transition over to GarageBand. Do you want to use the audio device? No. Right? Do you want to use the audio device? No. All right. And so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and say, let's do a empty project. And I'm hoping you all can still see my screen. I got a little preview. Hello, Claudia. Now I'm saying hi to all of you now, but once I get into record mode, if you could let people know, hey, she's recording, she's going to respond, because I don't want to have to do this take after take after take after take after take. But hello, Claudia. Thanks for watching on the YouTube side. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on audio track, and we're doing input 1. I still don't know a whole lot about mono versus stereo and all of that. So I'm just going to say create. And what this does is it brings us into the audio recording studio. This looks very different. I normally would record from my iPad, which is a lot less daunting, if you will. But I'm going to come over here because there's something that you normally have to do. Like, I don't want that meter going. And then I don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the countdown. There's different sound packs that you can use, but that is beyond what we are trying to do with this particular one. Let me make this a little smaller because I have to actually be able to see the book that we're reading from. All right, let me try this, but I'm missing something, and it's normally where you're able to tell it how many tracks you want. And we might have to switch over. All right, let's see what we get. We get what we get and we don't get upset. And so I'm actually going to start by reading, I guess it would be, oh, there is no dedication. Really? I thought I did a dedication in every book. Yes, dedication and why I wrote this book. So you guys ready? Like to hear it? Here it goes. No import source. Pause. Stop. Stop, I said. Let's come back. Input. Why no input? What do we do? Well, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and switch over to the iPad. Hold on, guys, because I don't know why. File. Edit. Track. Now I can talk to you all because it's not doing what I thought it would do. Record, mix. I don't want you to record. Stop. View. Settings. Devices. Input is the wireless. I know why. Because we're recording at the same time. Hold on. Let's do this again. Let's do an empty project. Now, do we have it? Yeah, it's showing my audio. Yes. I don't know what happened there, guys. It was just trying to make me look and feel crazy. 1 second. Let me get this to make sure I can still see your comments on LinkedIn. Multitasking is very much a myth, Patrick, for sure. All right. I'm not missing anything on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You all are here with me. So let's go ahead and click the record button. Oh, I don't want that. Stop. Let's delete that one. Sorry, I don't like that incoming track. This is what happens when you try and do it live. All right, now we're ready to go. Welcome to the new Soap Makers Cookbook, Ingredients for Success, written by and narrated by Zakiya Ringgold. The dedication. This book is dedicated to my amazing daughters, Nyla and Paige. You two are the source of my inspiration and desire to think bigger, dream bigger, and be better. Through your eyes, I have seen that absolutely everything is possible. I hope that you continue to be creative free spirits for the rest of your days, as you are your key ingredients to success. Thank you for sharing your mommy time and allowing me to spend time with the world live streaming. Why I wrote this book. This collection of ingredients is a direct result of what I wish someone would have told me when I started making soap. It is also a compilation of the most frequently asked questions I encounter during my live broadcasts and stumbling blocks of my students enrolled in Live Soap School Academy. I wanted to create something that could be read quickly and applied instantly. The new Soap Makers Cookbook, Ingredients for Success, was written primarily for new soap makers, but you may find some value in the ingredients if you are a seasoned soap maker. There may be some ingredients throughout that help you to see that your craft can and should be so much more than soap. I hope these ingredients help you and offer you some insight in the spirit in which it was written to inspire. With love, Soap Lady Z. So I'm going to pause that one. So the reason I'm going to pause that one, and hopefully that has nothing to do with like the chapters or anything, but I want to test the whole export functionality so that I can show you how I'm then going to make this audiobook available on my own platform as well as on Audible. So what I'll do is I will now come here, track. I want to export the track so it's so much different in save as. No, I don't want the project. I want to get this one track out. No, share, export. There we go. That's what we want to do. So this one is ingredients for success, dedication. I know that's not spelled right. Intro. Let's do that. All right. And we want to actually save it to, I'm going to put it on my desktop so I can find it quickly. And I do want it in an MP3, high quality, and go ahead and export it. So it's doing its whole thing. It's going to export that file. I probably should have listened back to it, but that's okay. We did have a little ding in there, but this is just so you can see what this process is. And we will rinse and repeat it for each and every track and chapter within the book. All right, so it looks like it completed export. So now we're going to switch over to Chrome. Hopefully you all can see that. And I use a platform called Soundwise. Let's go to the landing page so you can kind of see what that does. So it allows me to have my books in audiobook format. People can share it. There's an overview of the content. It shows what people get. It has you as the author bio, other soundcasts that I have available. It has some FAQs, and then people can get access to it. I don't know if I actually, let's see. I don't know if I made one of the tracks. Yeah. So here is an example of what someone would get if they would come here and get the audio. So I'm going to just click on audio experience. What would it be like to have an experienced soap maker coaching you along in really short answers to some of the most common questions new soap makers have? So I don't know if I have echo cancellation turned on or off, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. But um, that's what we are after with this. So what we'll do is we'll go to Soundcast. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to add a new Soundcast. And for the title, I'm going to give it the name of the book, The New Soap Makers Cookbook. And it is ingredients. Erica says she loves Soundwise. Yes, this was one of the best deals. Well, I've had a lot of great deals, but this one takes the cake. Ingredients for success. Okay, and then a short description. I'm just going to go and grab the description from Amazon. Right here. No, never reinvent. This is why it's kind of a great idea. And look, it always tells you these are frequently brought together. We'll talk about Amazon and publishing your books on Amazon at some point. However, one thing I do want to mention is if you have a blog, Amazon will pull your content so people can follow along with you as the author. So I'm going to grab this here. Never, and if you don't have one, I don't know if Erica is still watching, but ChatGPT is a great way for you to go ahead and get a description for your book. Now, this may be longer than 300 characters. You're ushering the word start making. Nope, too much going on. Let's go to chat. No, I'm not going to do all that right now. Let's just leave this for here. So the category is education, cover art. Shoot. I wasn't prepared, Carol Ann. 14 by 1400. All right, let's do a new image. And this is why I love Canva as well. You can give it the exact specifications for what you want to create. And when I say create new design, it'll give it to me in that format. And now if I go to my projects, here's the book cover. Now that doesn't look so great, but I'm okay with that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this up so, and we'll get a better version of it, but just for the purpose of this. So we'll go ahead and share this, download it, and then just like, and this is one of the benefits of having Canva Pro is you're able to resize things. There's a whole gamut of things. You can have folders, all kinds of things. So let's come back here. We'll upload the cover art. Confirm the crop and save. An amazing book for beginner soap makers. This is where I will come back and use ChatGPT and list out the features and all of that. Here's where that longer description can go. Your guide is Zakia Ringgold. Let's grab a picture. Here's one. And confirm. Oh, gotta confirm first. Oh, the title is author. I put my name in the wrong place. And then my bio. I believe I have a bio on the podcast page. Yes. So if you do it once, you can reuse and recycle it multiple places. We do want to charge for this soundcast, but I may, and I should mention this and why I love soundcasts. You can either make them available for free, which is something that I am probably going to do when we launch the new academy. For those people who sign up, they can have a promo code or make it free. You can have payment plans where it's a one-time purchase. People can rent it. It can be a monthly subscription, quarterly, or annual. So maybe I want to put all 4 books in here as an annual subscription. And then as new books are offered, they can be added here as well. So I'm going to leave this as free $99 for now. You can enable or disable comments and likes. You can show the track list on Soundcast, the publication dates. Sometimes you don't want to have that on because you want it to be kind of evergreen and you don't necessarily want people to know when something was published. If you have a huge subscriber count, but I am somebody who has a pretty small subscriber count, but I like people to see that because they like to feel, and I like to feel like you are a part of that, like that baseline of when things are kicking off. And I feel like I probably need to come back here because my thingamajigger is in Dewey. Laura, hello. How are you? Good to see you, my dear. All right, so now I can come back here. Yeah, my picture was over the things. Show listening count, so how many times something was listened. Your standard FAQs, people can rate it. And if you want to disable non-payment sign up. And then the nice thing about this is when people sign up, they're added to your email list so that you can continue to stay in touch with them. We all know the story of Facebook going down, Instagram going down, accounts just disappearing. So you own your email list is something that I have learned along this way. And so this allows you to, number one, send a confirmation message to them, but then also stay connected with them with your newsletters and things like that. So I'll go ahead and click publish. I'm going to come back here because I feel like I'm missing your stuff. A lot of your comments are not showing up, unfortunately, so I have to kind of come back and forth. So it was created successfully. So I'm going to come in here and say edit. And you have this option over here to add a track. And we can upload the file. And that was document. No, we put it on the desktop so I could find it. Here's that first one, and we'll say open. So this was what we recorded from GarageBand. And then we can have a description if you want. I'm not going to do any of those. The nice thing about Soundcast, aside from just your audio, is you can include action steps. So as I am going through the book, there are some places where people can actually watch a video tutorial of the making of the products. So I can include those action steps, and right below the audio, you can actually have them go and watch that video or download the planner or the Soaper's notebook. So all of those other elements become available within one Soundcast. You can also add notes. You can also add cover art. It also does a little bit of audio processing, but I would highly recommend that you do any audio processing before you bring it in. You can optimize the volume. I will do that one. Remove any excessive silences or pauses. You can also attach an intro and an outro. So we're using this for an audiobook, but you could use it in what most people use it for is your podcasting. And so if you don't want to re-record your intro each time for the podcast or your outro, you can just attach it to the individual tracks. We are good but hot, says Laura. I know it's we're at about 90 here in the city, so I can only imagine what you guys are in California. So I'm going to go ahead and say publish now. Track is submitted and we be published. And so that's going to extend the time frame for that. So now let's just take a look at the landing page that is automatically created for you to be able to send people to. Right? So how to make and sell soap. Wait. Oh, I didn't update the picture. What's going on? It is branded. I do like that, but this is the wrong book. What happened just now? Oh, it's not ready. It's processing. Okay, that's not really clickable. All right, so now let's go back to GarageBand because we need to record chapter 1. And I'm only going to do chapter 1. I am not going to bore you all to tears, but let's go ahead to GarageBand. I'm going to delete that track, bring this back to the beginning. You could keep it and just keep adding additional tracks, but that's not what we're doing, right? All right, and now I'm going to make this a wee bit smaller. I'm going to bring up this one here. Oh, I didn't record the About Me section, but I'll record that later. We'll skip over, and then we're going to record the Know Your Why chapter. Okay, and ready? Ready, steady? Man, that's super tiny. Can't have it too big because I don't want it to switch in the middle. I have you guys on two different tabs, and every time I switch. All right, I can see all that. All right, ready? Let's do it. Sorry about that. Probably should have drunk some tea and muted you at the same time. Chapter 1, Know Your Why. Here's a quote from Oprah Winfrey. There is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. It's why you were born and how you become most truly alive. So this chapter is called Knowing Your Why. And it's a very simple question. Why do you want to make soap? This is a very important question that you should think long and hard about. Then, most importantly, be honest with yourself. The answer to this question will guide many of your other decisions in the soap making process. Trust me, you will have plenty of questions. If you are grounded in your why, you will be able to eliminate most things that are not aligned with your why. There are several reasons that people choose to make their own handcrafted natural soap, including controlling the ingredients in their family skincare, trying out a new craft, treating a skin condition for oneself, a friend, or even a family member, starting a new hobby, starting a business, or expanding an existing product line. You may want to express your own version of creativity, or even the satisfaction of using something you created with love on a daily basis. Or you may want to craft a completely natural bar of soap, free of any other chemicals that you find going down the grocery store aisle. So again, I ask, why do you want to make handmade soap? If you decide that you want to craft completely natural soap, you will not be inclined to buy every ingredient that your favorite guru mentions because you are making soap to avoid contact with those ingredients. Deciding on and remembering your specific why as you interact with other soap makers, Facebook groups, YouTube videos, blogs, and even your customers is foundational. Take a moment, pause this audio, and consider your why and write it down. This is the very first thing that goes into your soaper's notebook. It's very important, so don't skip this step. I'll see you in the next ingredient. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it. It's kind of difficult when you're trying not to stumble, not to stumble over your words. And now we'll do the same thing. Well, let's play this one back. I don't think I'm going to be able to play it back because I don't have monitoring turned on. Let's see. Chapter 1. I don't have monitoring turned on, so that's okay. So we're going to just hope and pray, right? Share, export song, and I'm going to call this Know Your Why. It's an MP3 and export. And by now, hopefully our other soundcast has been pulled over, and we shall see. So come back here. Oh, I know. It's in that one. Darn it. Hold on. I put the track in that one. Darn it. Let's edit this one. All right, let's add a track here. And intro is the first one. And you can also record from here. So if you don't have GarageBand because you're not the cool Apple kids, that's fine. You can record your audio in here as well. And I'm not going to do any of this audio processing because I just want it to publish. And I don't know why it did it twice. And we're going to add our second track that we did. Oh, I see. It's automatically, did you guys see that? Publish in, it changed it. So I have to make sure that I change it there. Browse and know your why. And publish. Successfully published. I don't know what's going on. Now it deleted it. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but it's being a bit of a pain in the you know what right now. That's not even the right. Maybe because I deleted. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I should have did bulk upload. Is it in the right one? Yes. Publish. But now it's in the wrong order. Oh, no, that's right. I don't get it. All right, let's view this landing page, see if it actually did what we wanted it to do. Yay! All right, but I don't see the tracks yet. So there you have what we've gotten so far. I'm going to keep recording and going through. Let me just come and check. See, did I miss anything? Laura says, we are good, but hot weather out here in the high depth. Yeah, I'm sure. What is it about? It has to be 100. 8:34 in the morning. Yeah. Oh, that was a while ago. Darn it, Laura. Well, stay cool and tell Lorraine I said hi. So that's what I have to share with all of you today. We are going from the paperback version using Canva to put it in an ebook format. Then from there, we are using GarageBand to record the audio version to create an audiobook for each and every one of the books in the new Soap Makers Cookbook collection. So unfortunately, your comments sometimes come up, sometimes they don't. Thank you for being here with me. If you are curious, once all of this goes live, be sure to subscribe or follow wherever you are watching. And then you can also go to livesoapschool.com and get on the mailing list. I'm Zakia. Thank you all for being here. And I have some recording to do and maybe some tea to drink as well. All right, everybody. We will the year family. We said hello. Hello. All right, guys. Bye-bye.